Alright, so you want to play Airsoft, but you don't want to look like a fool. Well, we're here to help. We're going to go over the things that you need to play and how to play your first game today on Airsoft RIOT. Airsoft is a fun, fast-paced, mil-sim, high-adrenaline sport. You can play indoors, outdoors, CQB, field, but before you start playing, you need to know the basics. First, we're going to go over what you need for your first game. Then, let's talk about how to find your first game. After that, we will take a look at a safety briefing, and last, we will go over your first game. Airsoft is something that you don't want to rush. If you're in a hurry, you might forget something that's required to play on the field. Okay, if you want to get into Airsoft, obviously the first thing you're going to need is your gun. The most common type of gun is an AEG. That's an automatic electric gun. A good AEG starts at around $150 and goes up from there. The second thing that you're going to need to play Airsoft is a battery. Now, a lot of people don't really consider batteries when starting an Airsoft. It's kind of confusing. But it is a really important part of Airsoft. So the most common type of battery is a nickel metal hydride or a NIM. The voltage, this is a 9.6. The voltage, you can kind of think of it like a car engine. That's how fast your car is going to go. That's how fast your gun's going to shoot. The milliamp or the MAH, that's kind of like gas in a car. That's how long your car is going to be able to run. That's how long your Airsoft gun is going to be able to shoot. So that's kind of a rundown of the batteries. Okay guys, really important as well is the charger that you use to charge your batteries. Generally when you buy Airsoft gun, they'll come with one of those wall chargers. Those things just aren't safe to use. Most people don't know anything about charging a battery when they get into Airsoft. So the good way to go, these cost around $30, is to just buy a smart charger. What a smart charger will do is you just put it on the setting for your battery and then you don't have to worry about it. These things will trickle charge once your battery's fully charged, so it won't overcharge your battery, cause any problems at home, heat it up, anything like that. So definitely invest in a smart charger. Okay guys, the next thing you need to think about when playing Airsoft is BBs. This is a good example of a premium quality BB, which is what you want when you're going to play Airsoft. You'll get some BBs with your AEG when you purchase it. Don't use those, just throw them away, it's not safe. They can damage your internals. You don't know how well they've been polished, things like that. So this little number here, the 0.25 grams, that is the BB weight. It says it right there. All BBs are the same size, they just vary in weight from 0.20 and up. So that's one thing that was confusing to me when I first started playing Airsoft. I didn't understand that. I thought maybe, the 0.25s and 0.28s meant it was bigger, but it's just the weight. So next on the list is goggles. Goggles are probably one of the most important things that you can have on the Airsoft field. You've heard a lot of people talking about them lately. We could stand here and talk about eye protection for the majority of this show. The one thing you want to make sure is that they're ANSI rated. That's very important, as we found out when we did our goggle video. So if you look up here, you can check our goggle video and that will give you all the information you need to know about eye protection. Now we're going to talk about dead rag. This is a dead rag from Combat Sport Supply. You get one of these dead rags when you make a purchase of $50 or more. You're going to have this dead rag to signal when you get hit on the field. So generally you'll just pull it out of the pouch, put it on your head, hold it up. That signals that you're dead so that nobody shoots you. This is something that you're going to have at most fields if you want to play. Alright guys, now let's talk about how to find a game. The easiest way to find a game is with the internet. You can go to Google and search up Airsoft forums, then your city and state. In the forums you should find a place that says local games. Other ways you can do this is by going to your local Airsoft store and asking them if they may know of any games in your local area. Okay, now that you have your gear and you know where your first game is, let's talk about safety. Okay, goggles. When you're on the field, your goggles must be covering your eyes, and there's no exception to this rule. This is for your own safety. You don't want to end your playing days early because you lost your eye. So, another thing that you have to have is your red rag. You don't want people to continue shooting you on the field because you don't have your dead rag. Also, there is a rule at our local field. It's a 20 feet minimum engagement distance. If you're within 20 feet, you do not shoot that person. I know that's different from field to field. Here it is a 20 feet minimum engagement distance. So these are just some of the basics of Airsoft. If you'd like to learn more about rules, go to magairsoft.com, click on the rules tab, and that gives you a good rundown of the rules for our community. Okay guys, a few things to expect when you go to your first Airsoft game. This is just kind of a rundown of how things go for us. Now, when you first show up, there's probably going to be a lot of guys decked out in all kinds of camo. When I first started playing Airsoft, I showed up in a t-shirt and pants. I didn't really know what to expect, and it was a little bit more serious than I had expected. So, but you can expect people in all types of camo sectioned off together. From there, they're probably going to go into some sort of safety briefing. Most communities do have safety briefings. Then they're going to talk about the game you're playing that day, be it capture the flag, capture the VIP, team deathmatch, something like that. You're going to want to bring a lot of water. Most of the guys on our team have Camelbacks in their vest. Want to stay well hydrated. You're probably going to want to bring lunch because, especially around here in Idaho, there's not places to eat at the fields. So that's something you're going to want to think about as well. And then generally you can expect to be playing from 2 hours to, 4 maybe. That would be a really long game. Depending on the game, averages around 2 hours. All right, guys, now that you have the basics of Airsoft down, go check out our other videos for more information. If you like what you see, go to airsoftriotshow.com. It's got some good stuff on there as well. Let us know what you think. If you're looking for some online stores to buy this equipment at as well, go to combatsportsupply.com. Great customer service. Their shipping is really fast, and Justin's just a great guy. So definitely go and check them out. Check us out on Facebook. If you like what you see, definitely give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate that. Also, we're on Twitter now as well. Striker's always on there responding to our fans, so please check us out on there as well. And thanks for joining us today on Airsoft Riot. Have fun. Ready? I wet my hand. No. All right. 4 maybe. That would be a really long game. Depending on the game, averages around 2 hours. So the thing is up there. Thanks. You're waving your arm at me. What? You're all do it again. Say the